First one we've got here is Gilly Malinsky, who is frustrated and quitting. I always like to consider the source whenever I have an opportunity to take a look at an article. So this links me to her Twitter. This is Gilly here. Another easy way to check out what you're looking at is just hit the media tab on Twitter, and you usually see some photographs. So nothing spectacular, obviously, but somebody would obviously have an interest. So let's get into what she says. She says, in April, I made a decision. I deleted Hinge. It was the last of the dating apps left on my phone. So in addition to Hinge, I've tried Tinder, Bumble, the League. If you're not familiar, I think the League is the one where you have to qualify to get in. It's like a high status account, dating account. I'm not sure how she'd qualify for that as a writer, though, but I guess it's got to be high status for dudes, women, just come on in. JDate, and I've spent likely hundreds of hours scouring them in hopes of finding that coveted long-term relationship. But I'm still single and I'm so tired. What a first, let's cut this up a little bit here. What at first seemed like a fun, low-stakes way to engage with the wild world of dating turned into a frustrating and soul-sucking chore. Well, does that sound familiar to you guys? I've heard you guys say that quite a bit. After 5 fruitless years, I'll only be dating in the real world from now on. Okay. Her success rate is only 4%, which, to be honest with you, I mean, if you're a dude and you're a 7 out of 10, 4% is a good success rate. You're a 9 or a 10 guy, you're going to have a much higher success rate because those are all the guys that all the women want. But this, I don't know. You guys rate her. You guys rate her in the comments. You tell me what you think she is. That's obviously one of the better photographs of her because the ones that we were looking on the Twitter timeline, they just didn't pack the same punch. So 4% success rate. I really didn't dive until 2017 when I decided to give Tinder a month-long trial. I packed in 2 to 3 dates a week over the course of a month. At the time, the whole thing was pretty novel and exciting. Who are these strangers making passes on my phone? So I decided to keep going. Over the last 5 years, so she's been on 5 years. I've been on 5 years, 50 dates. That doesn't add up. If she's doing 3 dates a week, let's do the math here. She's lying already. Times 52. That's 156 dates a year. Times 5 years. That's 780 dates. If she's doing 3 a week for 5 years. So over the last 5 years, I've been on at least 50 dates with 50 different guys. I think I clicked with maybe 5 of them and ended up dating 2 for several months. Wait, did she say she talked to 3 guys a week or had 3 dates a week? I packed in 2 to 3 dates a week over the course of a month. Okay. Well, maybe she only had one good month. Anyway, then I think I clicked to maybe 5 of them, ended up dating 2 for several months. Okay. If we take the latter to be a success, that's a 4% success rate, depressingly low odds, which is common for most guys. I mean, like even if you're a 7 out of 10, 4% is probably going to be pretty decent, 4, 5, 6, something like that. It doesn't mean I think it's impossible to meet somebody great on a dating app these days. Online dating is the most popular way for heterosexual couples in the U.S. to meet, according to a 2019 study by researchers at Stanford University and the University of New Mexico. But I personally have not had such luck. Me. What I found on these apps instead is frustration from all the wasted effort, fury that it really works for me, dread that it won't ever work for me, and generally a feeling of burnout. No, I'm not alone. Nearly 45% of Americans who use dating apps or websites in the previous year said the experience left them feeling more frustrated. Pew Center research of 4,860 adults. So she goes on to say it's like hitting a slot machine. I wonder what that means. And in talking to friends and reading various media about modern dating, I found that people have all sorts of legitimate gripes. Matches won't respond, texters ghost, people get nudie photos they didn't ask for. Well, matches won't respond and texters ghost is like most of what most guys will deal with on dating apps if they're not high value. Like I said, even a 6 or 7 out of 10 is going to get super frustrated very fast. For me, regardless of how real a person's photos are or how accurate his description or how earnest he is in texting, no digital profile could ever possibly represent the whole person. She's right about that. In real life, always trumps. It can't even represent the majority of a person. Tech is too flat, superficial, limiting in space to capture someone. That's a lot of blah, blah, blah for I couldn't get a lot of matches that liked me back. Am I right? I don't know. You guys tell me in the live comments. Plus, crucially, these apps can't predict chemistry. Only meeting up can give a sense of both what person's like and if you click. What I found going out with these 50 guys, again, 50 guys. I got 780 using her math of 3 a week. How do you go from 50 to 780? Or how do you go from 780 down to 50? If I encountered them in life before swiping or liking or texting, I would have known I wasn't interested. I would have known that there is no spark. Well, they would have known the same thing too, sweetheart, because a lot of the times when guys look at women's pictures, they are not an accurate representation of what guys meet in real life. It's very rare that a woman looks as advertised when met in real life. They're usually not even close. Older photography, filters, there's all kinds of reasons for that, but you guys know, right? I'm trying to look at this from the woman's perspective. So she's not getting a lot of matches. Again, it's a lot of blah, blah, blah from not getting guys that like me back. I would have known I wasn't interested. No spark. Okay. Think of it like hitting a slot machine, says Devin Simone, dating coach and senior matchmaker at 3-Day Rule. The odds of meeting someone in the apps. Do people win at slot machines? Absolutely. How many times? Okay. Well, that's just a plug for her, whatever it is. So, oh, she's 36. Shocking, right? You Can't Hurry Love is the title of this segment. I'm trying to be more intentional about how I spend my time. There's evidence of this kind of attitude improves well-being. And the more intentional I get, the less patience I have for optional activities that make it pretty miserable, including online dating. They're just not worth it. Again, a lot of words for I'm not getting guys to like me back. It's been 5 months since it's a lot of words for the guys that I like that are handsome that don't like me back. Just want to be clear about that. Now, instead of swiping and chatting with these guys whose vibes I can't gauge in meeting up to force a conversation, I'm catching up with my grandma or reading plays. Okay. Regular frustrations. I got COVID a few weeks ago. Okay, cry me a river, but it's devoid. This is a recent article too. What are you still talking about COVID for? September 17th. This is in the last couple of weeks. By the way, if you guys want to send me articles like this, I mean, most of you already do it this way anyway. The about link on my channel has my email address. It's just entrepreneursandcars@gmail.com. I usually just sort of kind of collect them and I'll do a video on similar articles around the same time, sort of thing, like we're doing here tonight with the other twos. COVID, but devoid of drudgery, scrolling through random profiles. I'm scared of not ever meeting someone as a result of this move. Oh man, this is like this is I mean, I'd have to take a look at some of the conversations and the matches, but she doesn't have them anything here. But it's like, I don't know, judging by the photograph and what we saw on Twitter, it's probably a matter of lowering expectations is generally what it boils down to for women. They just have the highest expectations and they want dudes to tick off every box. And it's like, I don't know, like, what do you bring to the table? You know, you bring some pronouns in your bio. You've worked for a whole bunch of magazines. I don't know, New York Times, MTV News, Vice. Oh, okay, well, that's probably why. You're definitely leaning in the wrong direction for the kinds of guys you probably want. I don't know, like if a chick had a picture like that on her dating profile, you're not going to get any matches from high value dudes. They're not going to want to hang out with that. There's not much else in here. Those are the only pictures I see. But anyway, it is what it is. So Gilly is quitting because she only had a 4% success rate, which is pretty much the experience that most guys have that are not Chads. It's like digging for gold. You're going to have to dig through a lot of dirt to find somebody and get a decent match. And even then, probably not going to be what you're expecting. Let's go to the next article here. So we've got single mom. She says, I'm a single mom and nobody will ever come before my kids. How many times have you seen that as a bio description, right? Let me know in the live chat. By Katie Smith. What are we dealing with here? Do we have, I don't know, what is this link to? Facebook and Instagram. Oh, this is a business page instead of a personal page. Was she really? I guess this is her over here with her kids. Looking all boss babed out with her laptop. All right, well, this is our girl here. And 3 kids, 3 years, crafts her ass off in order to stay sane, loves to write, wear faux leather pants, eat at burger joints, and make beautiful things. Okay. She pays her kids to rub her feet. So let's read her article about why she's quitting and putting her kids first. Okay. Let's get rid of these pop-ups here. Come on, scram. There we go. After my divorce 5 years ago, my three teenagers told me time and time again that they were fine if I dated somebody. Took me a while, but when I got out there again, they loved to hear about my dates, and I'd pick them up from their father's house the next day. Imagine picking up your kids from their father's house, all three of them, and you're telling them about your weekends running around. Here we go. Sometimes we had a good laugh about them, but mostly if they sensed I liked someone, they were anxious and wanted to meet them right away, despite the fact I had a 6 months rule. I'm assuming the 6 months rule is not okay. Here we go. I only let them meet someone if we've been exclusive for 6 months. Exclusive, okay? Because you're a prize. Exclusive. How old is this lady? I don't know. She looks like she's late 30s, early 40s probably. And she's selling purity right now. I'll be exclusive with you. I'll be pure. It was important to me to feel like they were going to be in my life for a while before I let them into our family. So again, you have to enter her frame. You have to enter her family. It's not. There's no consideration about what he might have going on. But anyway, I've done my best along the way. I've really stumbled into a world of dating and introducing someone to my kids. I didn't know what to expect or how I could fit a man into our lives because the truth is, they wouldn't just be dating me. They would walk into a family of four who had already established a very tight bond. Yeah, you're an outsider. It's like you're not going to be included. You're not ever going to be part of the tribe anytime soon anyway. You're just signing up for, a lot of guys say this, playing somebody else's saved game. But there you have it. So the tight bond. I quickly learned that getting into a relationship with your kids involved and having them meet your kids are two entirely different experiences, no matter how strong you feel the relationship is. Jesus, these pop-ups. The first man I dated post-divorce was younger than me and didn't have any children. Well, okay. You're going to have problems with that, sweetheart. He was very receptive to the fact that I had three. He's probably beta. He's got to be a beta. No guy with any dignity would do this. He was very receptive to the fact that I had three kids and wanted to meet them a lot sooner than he did. Yeah, definitely. I thought this would be the perfect arrangement because we only had one set of kids to be to contend with. But I was wrong. He didn't understand why I couldn't just go out on a random Friday night when I had my children. He didn't get to know some nights that I didn't have my kids. Sorry, he didn't get how some nights when I didn't have my kids, I just needed time to refuel and off and wanted to stay in and get a good night's sleep. He didn't understand why I couldn't cater him in the way that his previous girlfriends who didn't have kids had. Yeah. If a guy's going to sign up for a relationship with a woman, he's looking for a relationship. He's looking for a woman to complement his life and enter his frame and be available and want to, see him, sort of thing. And she's already starting this article with, well, the first man that I dated post divorce was younger than me and didn't have any kids. So we've got this, I don't know, early 40s chick. I'm assuming dating a guy 5, 10, 15 years younger. Who the hell knows? She didn't say his age, and he doesn't understand what she's dealing with in her life, and he truthfully probably doesn't care, and he shouldn't have to care, but she wants him to care, and like it's already destined to fail. It's like every single mommy story, right? He didn't want my kids and not his. For a while I tried, but I fizzled fast and realized it was killing me to give him everything he needed. Be fun, not fall asleep on the sofa on a date night before 9, be spontaneous for a weekend getaway, and shuffling around my kid's schedule, asking my ex to take on nights. Oh, come on, another pop-up. Where did it go to? Be spontaneous, take on nights they were scheduled to be with me. It was nearly impossible. I felt like I was failing as their mom. I had less energy. I wasn't able to. Well, you didn't want to make it work with the kid's father. Why would you want to make it work with some random dude that's younger than you with no kids that your kids don't have any real connection with anyway? I wasn't able to remember the school activities. Honestly, I wasn't my best self because I didn't have enough time to tend to my own needs, which is a huge part of being a mommy. You can't pour from an empty cup after all. So I pulled back and told myself I had to reevaluate my time and that I needed to be a mother first. There it is. My kids will always come first. You guys have seen it. I've got 4 little superhumans or some shit like that, right? Nobody cares. No real man cares anyway. But a real man would step up and be the father that stepped up. Nope. Clearly she's having problems with that. Anyway, Mother first, you seem fine with that. Ex, feeling a mom. Damn pop-ups keeps moving my thing around. After that escapade, I decided I would only date dads. Surely they would understand my lifestyle more, right? Wrong. Let's see what happens now. My next relationship was with a dad, yet he seemed to have the same problems. He didn't understand why I couldn't ask. See, one of the problems that guys have, even if you're a dad, is that women get custody orders 80% of the time. And that means they've got the kids pretty much all the time, with the exception of every other weekend and usually like a Wednesday night or something like that. That's usually how most of the deals go. So that means even if you're dating a dad, he's going to end up spending more time with some other mofo's kids than his own kids. And he's going to have some expectations since he's got, freedom because his wife is, or his ex-wife is taking the kids more often than not. And most of his money flows to her. He's going to have some expectations, and you're not going to be able to meet them because you're too exhausted because you generally have most of the custody. Anyway, same problems. He didn't understand why I couldn't ask my kid's father to take them more so we could go on vacation. There it is, right? She obviously has more custody than he does. He wanted to go on vacations and do stuff, and she didn't want to do that because it would require schedule changes and custody changes and stuff like that. And I would imagine if that changes too often, then there's going to be some money that she's going to lose that he'll end up gaining if he's got the kids more because of his demands to go on vacations. She doesn't talk about that though, right? Like, she's not being honest here in this article. He wanted more time alone with me and without our kids. He wanted me to stay at his house on nights. He didn't have any kids, but my oldest son was at home. My son was old enough to be by himself, but he insisted. And sure he was, but that wasn't the point. He didn't seem to get that I didn't care about the nightlife or going out. I cared about spending that time with my kids. So it's all about kids. So why are you dating? Because I can't get it back. It would be different if I had full custody of them, but I don't. I don't get to see them all the time. Oh boy. And when they are with me, they come before anyone else. Ultimately, this relationship ended after a few years, and I realized something. If putting my kids first has to mean I'll be single, I'm okay. Well, no, you're not, because you're bitching about it in an article here right now. I thought I'd be with my kid's father forever, but that didn't end up happening. How do I know my next relationship I'm in will last? I mean, I don't. The truth is, no one can have that kind of insurance. But the one thing that I do know is that I've got 3 kids that still need me. So all my children. So you're going to spend all your time with teenagers that you think need you, even though you've got spare time alone. But then you're going to bitch about not having a guy, or because you're putting your kids first. I guarantee this chick's running some FWBs right now. That's all she's doing. They have time to get. They get to have me first. That means if they're sick, even though they're this is all virtue signaling. It's all posturing. If they need me for emotional support, I'll make that okay. Do things on vacation, night away. My experience with dating as a single mother has given me further proof that most of the relationship load fails on the mother. Falls on the mother. Sorry. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. That is a bizarre statement to make. My experience with dating as a single mother has given me further proof that most of the relationship load falls on the mother. Dude is trying to take you on a vacation, organizing that, and there's no collaboration on that. Me. I'm a victim. We have expected to be the caretakers for the kids. No, you have not. Fathers are very happy to be caretakers for the children, but moms generally don't let them because they want the custody so they can get control and get the money. I covered that in my book, by the way. There's at least it's covered on the chapter on dating single mommies. Even in the marriage chapter, you'll understand the dynamic differences, and it's not good or bad. It just is what it is, right? It's not, it's not a bug. It's a feature of the dynamics between men and women. When you understand them, then you know how to deal with them better. We have expected to excel professionally, be independent, look amazing, and not let ourselves go, whatever that means. It means don't get fat. And then we get into a relationship. We're expected to make our man feel important enough so that he doesn't feel neglected or left out. Yeah, correct. That's why it's called a relationship. Why would he be exclusive with you? Why would he abandon his sexual strategy to be exclusive with you if you're not giving him what he needs, lady? Come on. And then you're wondering why it's not working out. So she's complaining that she's expected to be a professional, be independent, look amazing, and then deal with the whole relationship component. The first two there, excel professionally and be independent, That's a lie that, society sold you. That's toxic feminism. That's the matrix, whatever it is you want to call it. But you don't want to do the work to manage the relationship. So instead, you write an article to complain about it and why you're going to put your kids first. Anyway, I can tell you from experience, it's an impossible feat, and I'm more than happy to let go of all that nonsense, do what feels right for me. Because the truth is, my love life can wait, but my kids can't. Invest in pet food, guys. Cat food, dog food. The little fluffy white dogs, stuff like that. This is who this is selling to. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.